You know what? You were talking about Washington and in terms of what this means to a young squad trying to get there. Yeah. Elaborate.
Yeah, I mean, for Washington, this is tough, right? It's been multiple times throughout the year where it's lack of discipline, lack of fundamentals, lack of just being on the same page has not, gotten them to where they want to go to. I think of the offsides penalty against the Pittsburgh Steelers today, fumbled execution on the snap, place and hold on the extra point. Just disappointing. But Jaden Daniels keeps putting them back in these positions. He has no flinch to his game. That throw down the sideline to Terry McLaurin to get them up the sideline to score right there. I mean, it's impressive what he's done.
Yeah, it's unbelievable when you look at what the Commanders have done. They have really turned around not just their play on the field, but we are looking at this organization differently. It's tough, though, when you look at the losses. Today, forget about that onside return. That was less than a touchdown. Yeah. The week before, a touchdown loss to the Eagles. The week before that, they lose by 1 to the Steelers. And we remember the Ravens took them down to the wire. They lose by a touchdown. These are all really good teams they're losing to, and they're in every single game. And they still got a shot to make the playoffs. That gives you a little bit of hope knowing that we're good enough to play with the big dogs.
There's no question, and it was a divisional game. We've talked about that all day long. But the thing Cooper Rush has done in these last 3 weeks has been very impressive. He's stepped in for Dak Prescott. And for Mike McCarthy, this is a big win going on the road against all the things you're talking about, a team that's in the contention. They aren't, but, man, they came out and played well today.
And you mentioned with Mike McCarthy going into this season without an extended contract. Look, my hat's off to him.
They played hard today, and they got Micah Parsons back, and the defense looked like they
that seed is hot. Yeah. That seed is hot.
No question about it. All right, folks, there's still more to come as we continue with the State Farm postgame show here on CBS. On CBS. Meanwhile, back here inside of Studio 43, I'm James Brown along with Coach Nate and Matt.
The victory right there is being snatched by If you look,
Matt,
watch his snap. So, it's a kick to me.
I know it was a bad kick.
It was a bad kick.
But even as a kicker, I'm no kicker, but as a kicker, you see a bad snap. No. Isn't there a hesitation there?
There's trust you have to have. There's a degree of trust you have to have as a kicker with that whole.
But it throws off the timing,
It
Coach.
may throw off all those things, but those are the concentration, having coached special teams.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Okay, I've coached special teams. It's not always going to be perfect. You're going to have it inside, you're going to have it low. I'd much rather have it lower than higher.
So you're telling your kicker, you got to go through your motion, kick through whatever you see in front of you.
You have to trust the fact that ball is going to be down. And as I looked at the holder did a great job to me picking that off and putting that ball. Laces were away from him. And I think it may have, though he may have altered his focus and his concentration on there, maybe trying to slow down the operation. You can't slow down the operation, which is why, to me, he got through it and missed it left.
It's interesting. It's interesting with Washington, as we've seen all year. It's the details.
Yeah.
In critical times, to do the little things right. You've got a snap, a kick, and a hold that you got to get down to put that into overtime. A couple of weeks ago against Pittsburgh, you have the fourth down or the jump offside situation at the end of the game that ends their chance. The difference right now between 2 or 3 more wins for the Washington Commanders, small little details to have to get it cleaned up.
And, Coach, let's go back to your point again. Division games at this point.
And you can see it happen all afternoon. You sit there, we talked about Houston and Tennessee. You talk about Washington and Dallas. It's amazing. I mean, and these teams, they don't look at records. They're the one that have to play these teams twice a year. And these games become personal.
Yeah.
And, and it's something because it takes you into the next year. And these are the same teams you're going to play twice next year as well.
Yeah.
Throw the records out. Forget about your superstars. Doesn't matter if Dak's playing or not. We know you better than you know yourself. So this game will be competitive regardless of how we both are coming into this one.
Yeah.
That's what
we got another one in Chicago and Minnesota that's going on right now, 27-27 at the end of the ballgame. It's crazy.
Coach has caught his breath because he'll need it because welcome back to the Sean McManus Studio 43 at the State Farm postgame show and right back to the highlights.
To the highlights we go. We have the Patriots and the Dolphins. Yeah, you're right about that. All right, let's go to the Lions and the Colts. Second quarter, it is Knuckles. David Montgomery. Watch this. Gets hit at the one and a little spin move. Physical run by David Montgomery. He gets in for a touchdown. It was 14-6 at that point. Third quarter, give it to his buddy. This is Sonic. Look at the speed after he breaks the tackle. Looking back at the defender, basically saying, you're not fast enough. That's a touchdown. That was his second of the day. The Lions, they win this one 24-6 and move on to a 10-1 record.
Instant update. Bay.
Yeah, in Green Bay, Jordan Love, 11 yards out to find Tucker Kraft to get on the board first against the San Francisco 49ers. It's a little late screen right there. Love the screen down that area of the field. They lead 7-0 right now in Green Bay.
Physical run. All right. Packers.
So, you know what, Nate? I guess Sonic does make a lot more sense than Plankton and Squid.
Yeah. Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah. Because they're fast, they're powerful, and if you look at the rings' money, they're going to get paid. But the Lions are playing well. But how about Tua, though? Tua Tagovailoa back in the lineup once again, playing fantastic. We talk about it all the time. I believe he's the best in-cut thrower in the game. He throws with great anticipation. Even when Tyreek Hill isn't playing well, you got a guy like Jalen as a receiver. It's a very catchable ball. Yeah. Has spin on it, delivery, soft when it gets to your hands, and he gives you the ability to catch and run. He does a great job of not just anticipating where he wants to throw, but throwing you either high and away, low and away, or just away from the DB, which gives you that opportunity to get those yak yards. I love the fact that after all of the conversation, whether he should play, and it was everybody else talking but him coming back and saying, I love the game, I'm going to play it because I feel like I still have more left. And he's right. My dude is balling out right now.
Yeah, I mean, him over the middle of the field is as good as anybody. I think Jared Goff is one of the other ones who's excellent in that area. But if you're going to throw well over the middle, you've got to be able to throw over. You've got to be able to throw around.
That's a good point.
And you've got to be able to throw through. And both those guys do an excellent job of layering the football, finding holes. We see Tua moving all the time to find that little lane to throw the football through. Excellent. They own the middle of the field in the passing game.
And they do it with a lot of motion and shifts. I mean, it's like we call it eye candy sometimes defensively. And what they do by doing all the motion is it's hard to disrupt the timing. Because those are things, when things are moving like that, it's hard to hit people that are moving. And he has got the best, and you said it, best anticipation of any quarterback in the National Football League. He throws it to a spot, and he expects you to be there.
And that movement also gives the quarterback an opportunity, along with the wide receivers, to recognize the defense. Yeah. Is there a guy coming with me? Oh, it's man-to-man coverage. Oh, did he stay on the backside? Oh, I think I have zone coming up. And then you can kind of pick wherever you want to throw the ball. And here's the thing. We said they got to win. They got Packers on the road. Going to be a tough game. Jets, Texans, 49ers, Browns, Jets. Miami could run the table.
Professors Ryan, Burleson, and Cower with the insight, dropping the dimes and knowledge. All right, folks, the State Farm postgame show continues.
If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, you better buckle up, because we're diving into one of the most electrifying plays of the season. Kevin Turpin's jaw-dropping, Houdini-style 99-yard touchdown return. This play wasn't just incredible, it helped define the Cowboys' thrilling 30-26 victory over the Washington Commanders. Let's relive the magic and unpack everything that made this moment unforgettable. And hey, while you're here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Your support helps us reach our next goal of 12,000 subscribers, so be sure to join the team and help us grow. Picture this. The Cowboys are up 20-17 with less than 3 minutes left. Washington kicks off. Turpin initially fumbles the ball near the 10-yard line, heart-stopping moment, right? But then, with the composure of a seasoned magician, he recovers, spins past defenders, and takes off down the field. By the time he crossed the goal line, the crowd was going wild. And guess what? Coach Mike McCarthy joked after the game, saying Turpin did that for timing. Timing or not, this play snapped a 5-game losing streak and injected some much-needed energy into the Cowboys season. Cowboys Nation, what did you think about Turpin's Houdini act? Let us know in the comments below. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident were you he'd make it to the end zone after that spin move? We're curious to see where the fan base stands. According to Turpin, the moment he spun out of danger, he saw the open field. I seen the kicker through the chute, he said. That's when safety Juanu Thomas delivered the key block, clearing the way for Turpin to sprint to glory. What's more, this wasn't just a highlight, it was a turning point. The Cowboys bench erupted with the kind of enthusiasm we haven't seen in weeks. Fans, doesn't it feel great to finally see that fire again? Here's a question for all of you. Was this the spark the Cowboys needed to turn their season around? Drop your thoughts below, but hold on. That wasn't the end of the drama. Turpin's touchdown extended the Cowboys' lead to 27-17, but the Commanders weren't done. Jaden Daniels hit Terry McLaurin for an 86-yard touchdown bomb, and for a moment, it looked like Washington might tie the game in the final seconds. And then, kicker Austin Seibert missed the extra point. Relief swept across a TNT stadium, and to top it all off, Juanier Thomas returned the Commanders' desperate onside kick attempt for another Cowboys touchdown. What a finish! Cowboys Nation, let's talk. What was your favorite play of this wild game? Was it Turpin's return, Thomas's clutch block, or maybe that missed extra point that saved the day? Do you believe this win marks a turning point for the team? Vote in the poll on our channel. And if you're as fired up as we are, smash that like button to show your support for the boys. Coach McCarthy described the final minutes as a game situational extravaganza, comparing it to a chaotic game of Yahtzee, and honestly, he's not wrong. With 38 points scored in the last 6 minutes, this game was nothing short of a roller coaster ride. So what's next for the Cowboys? Can they carry this momentum into the coming weeks? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, we'll be here to break it all down with you.